Volcanoes.
So what did you just read that again?
The volcanoes, earthquakes, and the sun.
No, he was talking about David Hogg and some tweet.
Oh, yeah. Yorga, what were you talking about with David Hogg?
Oh, he made a quote. He said, remind me, how many AR-15s did Jesus own? And this guy named Britton Wolf, I don't know who he is, wrote back, not enough to avoid being murdered by his government.
That's pretty true.
And I change it to Jews.
Oh, yeah. See, how you doing? Hey, I got something to say. Y'all know Willy Wonka. Y'all know Willy Wonka killed all them kids, right? He did.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Willy Wonka killed all those kids.
Think about it. That's a murder movie, man. He killed all them kids.
In the chocolate factory, we fucking ate them all in our chocolate. Damn it!
What? All right, Ken, let's do this.
First.
And welcome back to TinTV Sunday Night Live Show, the best conspiracy shit show on the internet.
That's right.
You know, conspiracy shit. You know, that shit in a show.
Yeah, it's in
Hey,
there.
yeah, hey, everybody.
Jay.
Take everything with a grain of salt.
Hey, my friend.
Remember,
see
you
you,
doing?
Jay.
This is
Not
to
just
see you,
here,
Greg.
everywhere with a grain of salt, really.
We missed you.
Yeah.
We missed you last time, Jay. You were off.
Was I off? When?
Yeah, your
Last week?
mother-in-law was having problems on Sunday.
Oh, that's right. I had to take care of my mom. Yeah, no worries.
Family first, guys. So.
Yeah, I apologize for that. But
Everybody was
They're
praying
old.
for you.
they're old, you know, and they
Yeah.
call and need help. I got to run.
Hey, Yorga.
Jerry's all ready for the shit show tonight. He's got his
Hi,
tinfoil
Pootie.
hat on. Hello, Jerry. And we're
Pootie.
looking at Carol Joe
Pootie.
Dobbs. Rubbernecker.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there's Health, Wealth, and Hope. I love her. You guys, I love her a lot. She's really nice. Oh, and Supernatural Crimes with Nikki, my friend from TikTok and YouTube, is over here tonight. So hello, Supernatural Nikki. Girl, you want to come up? I dropped you the link. Willard is on X. Judy B. And Lisa. The Carol Dobbs. Who I miss? Your Sissy Carey. 420 Wild Dragon. Puff Dog. Milk and Honey Heritage Farms.
Bong on.
Okay, I got to take a breath. Somebody else go.
Jeff B is here with his unhealthy obsession of cola.
Yeah, what is up with that, Jeff?
I don't know, dude. Cole, you better talk, or he's going to say something. He
Cole,
needs to hear you.
Yeah, if you see a white van around your house, be careful.
Y'all, I was going to say, y'all forgot Garrett in here garretting.
Oh, Garrett's here.
Garrettisms.
That's all right, though. Yeah,
He might be an AI program.
we were totally
So
talking about
Yeah.
the other night.
Dominique, Dennis,
Melvita.
Dennis, who else? Melvita's here?
Joe Carroll. Yep, Melvita.
Oh,
Barnaby.
Melvita!
Rubberneck and Sissy K.
Stingray, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been an odd day here in Arizona where it's actually rained all day.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, we don't get,
that's-
I mean, and it's cold and it's June 1st.
Flash
It's
floods?
like cool. No flash flood yet. I haven't heard
Not
anything.
as warm as I remember either. It's
We had
weird.
a little cool spell as well, Jay, which I'm not
Yeah.
complaining. 'Cause
No,
it's
I'm
gonna
not
be hot.
complaining. Yeah.
I mean, I've had 2 weeks of pretty much beautiful weather, a little bit of rain here and there, and every single night for over 2 weeks, I've had my windows open at night. No AC. I'm saving money like an old dog on my freaking light bill. Yeah, it's good night.
Ladies, time to break in and climb through Yorga's window and get in that bed.
That's right. You can come a peeping into where I'm a sleeping, baby.
I'm a peeping where he's a sleeping.
Oh, Life with Bobby snuck in, and Mary Freeland, and Alabama Cherokee Chick just snuck in. Hey guys,
Jersey Joe. Life with Bob.
What's up, Jersey Joe?
and they're sneaking in. They're come find. Yeah.
Is Jeff B here, you said?
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, he was harassing.
Yeah.
Told you he's like Dr. Smith on Lots of Space.
Yeah.
I don't complain. It doesn't help. She's an RN, so.
Wow, we got 4,200 people in here listening to us.
I wish.
Donna Latte, do we
Crazy.
really? Is that right? Do we have 42?
Yeah,
Where are they?
and Steph, are you out there? I haven't seen Steph put anything, or I haven't seen Jason either in a while. I don't know,
It's a
you
slow
guys.
night.
A lot of people aren't getting the notifications too, so I do know that because we're really shadow bound over here. You know why?
Up here,
we're in the
50s
smaller
in North
states.
Carolina.
Oh, there's Steph.
Oh, there's my buddy Jeff B. Thank you,
Yes,
Jeff.
love you, Steph.
Jeff, I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
Jeff feels slighted because he hadn't had a song about him in ages. You're off the charts, Jeff. You're not on the Billboard 100 anymore.
Nope.
I want to know about the penguin. The penguin is getting got. What does that mean?
No, Jerry Nadler's office in
Nadler.
New York got raided. Nadler's office got raided, and they did
Yes.
some arresting in his office.
Really?
And it's right, and it's right next door to the courthouse for illegal
Yeah.
immigrants.
Ooh.
Smuggling. It's a underground
Nick?
tunnel.
That guy don't even look human, man. He looks like a freaking weeble or something.
He is.
Remember when he sharted?
Chitting his pants. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Remember
a
that?
Hogwarts
Yeah.
troll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Yeah.
been around
He's
forever.
one.
Yeah, he's been around forever. Think about how long he's been around. He used to be really, really fat. Now he's just like a
still
little
is.
troll boy. The
Oh, did you see where ICE is going to the immigration courts and arresting people there?
Mhm.
Did it here in Arizona, man. They did it here. in
Yeah,
Arizona.
that's awesome, man.
I watched the video you put up, and it was cool, man. They walked right in. Everybody in there was arrested. That
You
were
reminded me-
there for their court date.
Yeah,
for Biden.
Immigration.
But they're, mhm.
Yeah.
But also, TinTV Construction is looking for workers. We recently lost a bunch of our employees on several construction sites. So,
Well, and I also saw on TikTok somebody was covering that all of these local judges have been getting pizza deliveries and they're not ordering the pizzas, and there's been at least 100 judges from all over the United States that have received these pizzas, but they're claiming that, so what's that all about?
what is that about?
Well, you just
That's
had the
gotta be
Supreme.
pizza, huh?
All right, so explain to me: are the judges just getting the pizza that they didn't order? Is that
Yeah.
what-
Yes,
wow,
They didn't
that's
order.
a harassment when you think.
but you
Well,
just
no.
saw you
It's only one pizza, right?
just saw the Supreme Court gave Trump the full. No more judges can stop him. What he's doing.
Yeah.
He's got
That's
full
awesome,
reign.
man.
He's got
Good.
full reign to fire any government employee or hire any government employee.
Good.
And he can also demote and promote any government employee. Any judges or lawsuits go to any judges, nil and void. It's gone. Can't do it. Yes, sir.
But Tin, I had a question about the judges and the pizza. What if that's a sign? Hey, we know you're on the list. Because what does pizza represent? Pizza
exactly.
represents something.
Look at Jerry.
Know what it
Yeah.
represents.
It's got to be pizza. It had to be that specifically. It's just kind of
Why
funny.
pizza? What about hot dogs? Are they going to send hot dogs as well?
Oh my
Because I know
gosh.
that's very popular.
You know
Well,
what?
I don't think there's a. Is
There's
there?
a
Well,
way-
with Uber Eats, you can hot dog delivery, right?
Unless
Well,
you
if they
get-
did that, it would be 100%. You would think.
You'd
If
have
they
to have
went-
a
There's a-
hot dog place though? Like,
There's a Wiener Schnitzel.
See,
There's
Stephanie's
definitely-
got it. Stephanie got it. Boom. That's what it is.
yeah,
I think that's what it is.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Maybe we need
You
to
see,
take,
you see,
the American
see who
one.
these are. Who are these judges?
see-
Go ahead, Pootie. Sorry.
That's a question.
you see Bono making the rounds. You know why? He's
likes-
on the
he
list
likes
3
pizza.
times.
He
Yeah,
loves pizza.
Boner's a freaking
He loves
Boner
pizza.
is an idiot, man. That guy's Joe Rogan shut him down, man. He was talking a bunch of dumb shit about USAID and Rogan
Yeah.
shut his ass down, man.
I think
Freaking
I think that's how a lot of these performers are getting paid through USAID, because they go out there and make one movie and they got like $100 million. You know.
Sean Penn, look at all of them. Angelina, they had a list
Yeah.
of them that got all this money to go to visit that guy over there in the
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, man, this goes all the way. And what's his name? Who's Angelina Jolie married to the first time? He's Landman.
Brad Pitt.
No.
Land
Billy
Man.
Bob Thornton. Billy Bob
Yeah.
Thornton.
Really
With
Yeah.
the blood around their neck and all
The
that.
blood. They had vials of each
Yeah.
other's blood.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Well, and now we've got this crazy Lindsey Graham
He needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
trying to override President Trump and take it right to the Senate and have them do something to sign off. Like, what is it? Your stocks are dropping in pharmaceuticals and bio research over there. Oh, Lindsay, what's going on here? Like,
It's not their stocks dropping. It's their fucking free money coming in. It's
Well-
their laundering.
the
He had
laundry, but they also have stocks in probably military industrial complex type, companies, and then
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pharmaceuticals, because we know there's a ton of those, bioweapons supposedly, hypothetically, YouTube, I don't really know, but they're supposed to be on the border, and the shit was leaking over, and Putin's going, I'm putting a stop to this shit.
Well, and then remember the video of Graham and No Name, John McCain, in Ukraine selling them weapons.
Yep. Goes back.
Yep.
Jay goes back.
Yes, it does.
It was a color revolution. And by the way, he's pushing for sending 48 billion, whatever,
Billion.
more money. He's one
Billion.
billion.
$48 billion he wants to go over there.
no. That just means we're in a war with Russia, not Ukraine. So screw that shit. Let them blow everything up, and we just need to get back out of that shit.
Well, that's part of
What?
the issue. Is I guess there was a drone attack on Russia today that was considered one of our Pearl Harbor events, and now we're just sitting there waiting to see if old Pootie, not you Pooters, but our Pootie is going to push the button. I don't know. Like, everybody's all worried at this point.
Yeah. Well, look, they couldn't have sent them drones over there and bombed them bombers without NATO's help. That's the thing.
They said that some of these targets were 2,500 miles from the border, and then they said they came in on trucks and launched the drones from trucks. So I'm thinking, well, how do you get these trucks up and way the hell up in Russia? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, NATO's helping.
Gotta be.
Yep.
There's been reports of their NATO soldiers, including Americans, fighting on Ukraine's behalf over there.
I heard the French were there. I knew the French were there.
What are they going to do?
Wee.
Make crates?
I will smack
Right,
you in
Jerry.
the face.
Yeah, they're doing the food and beverage service.
Well, it doesn't help that Macron's wife is getting called out as
Beat her. She's domestic.
Yeah, I mean,
violence.
there's just so much going on.
Poor Macron. Please
But
call
yeah,
us.
so
Oh,
and
You
then
knew it.
I like what
what
Trump
said.
told him.
Yeah, me too. He said, "You should don't open the door."
I
Yeah.
know, it's great. What a great comeback.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on your marital support for them? Don't open the door. Great.
That was great.
Well, then we got over in Israel, this whole thing with Iran, and I don't know. Hickel's not here tonight to give us an update, you guys. She's off tonight doing stuff with her family. But what I understand is that Iran's out of ammunition, and so now they're going to be dragging from their stockpile from Afghanistan, and they're going to try to drag it, over to Iran, and things are just not looking good over there. So that one's a hotbed too. But Hickel's, is Hickel in a bomb shelter? No, she's over here, guys. So she does have family and relatives over there, though.
But think about that, about the going back to the Russia thing. 50 or 40, I don't know what the number is, bombers, those great big, they're like B-52s for us. One of them is probably close to $1 billion. And they must have knocked all of them out. 40 or 50 of them, man, that is a lot. So that ain't good. Putin is pissed.
And Vicky, flipping real quick back to the Macron thing. Yeah, Candace Owens was the one that basically outed that whole thing. I don't know how she's even walking around still.
Yeah, those planes are YU-45. That's
like a flamingo. She has those long, skinny legs, or he, whatever it is.
I see. The salty a while ago. Is Ukrainian soldier in RCP or something like that, some kind of military vehicle. They got out to take a leak, and damn Russian soldier went in there and stole it while he was out there taking a leak.
It's funny.
How do you explain that
one? He said there went $3 million of our money.
Mm-hmm. And we had a guy at work that went on a company trip. I can't even remember where the hell he was going, but he had a connecting flight. No. He had a rent-a-car, and how they have like Hertz and Avis right next to each other. Well, he goes to turn the car in before he got on his flight, and his flight's getting ready to leave, and there's nobody there. And so he went over to the other desk, which was the other company. He said, man, my flight's getting ready to leave right now. Could you please give this key to the guy next door? And he goes, sure. That car disappeared, man. My company had to pay. My company had to pay for that car, man. You talk about how you're going to explain that shit, man. Oh, my God. Yeah, it really happened.
Well, speaking of cars, I heard Hunter Biden's still in South Africa driving a Toyota.
Yeah, with no Secret Service.
Yes, with no Secret Service.
Which I find hard to believe. There's probably a couple.
Gotta be
in South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to start farming.
Yeah.
I hear there's a lot of opportunities for that over there.
For white guys.
Certain ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, be growing weed.
For white farmers. Got a new poppy crop coming.
Well, that makes me wonder, what do you get in South Africa? Why is he there? We know his reputation and what he does.
I think it was his wife or somebody has his family over there or something.
Oh, okay.
If I remember right. Yeah, if I remember right.
South Africa.
Huh.
Al Bundy says Coco leaves.
Mm.
Does anybody else feel like...
Cocoa Puff.
I know we've said this before, but does anybody else feel like something's got to happen?
The world is on edge, Jay. I don't know if you've seen
right on the verge of something big, yeah.
I know, but I mean, here, with our government, something's got to happen.
For sure.
Something's got to break.
I was thinking about that today, Jay. When Doge figured out all those payments that have been stolen, there's got to be a trail, and somebody had to collect those.
Yes.
Now, I can't imagine the prosecute. How do you prosecute that many people getting these funky pay? And
I don't know.
What was it for? What are these? Who are these people?
It's such a big octopus, man. I mean, the whole thing, man. It's like it's too many things that
too big
to hold accountable.
Too big.
Yeah, Al Bundy, gotcha. I just think something's got to happen. It's got to happen somewhere.
I think it will now that Trump's got that power back.
Yeah, I liked seeing that. I did like seeing that.
Yeah, I did too. Well, made me all giggly inside.
Yeah. And I know Jeff V just put 100,000 sealed indictments. There's more than that. I think, if I remember, there's over 500,000 sealed indictments.
I believe it.
What are we talking about? I didn't hear anything about this.
Oh, you haven't heard that? Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, 500,000. There's 500, over 500,000 sealed indictments ready to go, supposedly. Now,
Judy B was talking about Trump announced that Biden was executed in 2020.
No, he did. And he
said he's a robot. He said that motherfucker's a robot over here.
He sure did. Straight out on Truth Social. Truth Social, he posted it.
Oh, he posted it.
And they showed how he walks. He was like walking across the grassy area, and then they showed a robot walking, and it's the same thing.
Same gait. Yeah.
Yeah, they said Trump said he was executed in 2020. Like we said, it's not the same Biden. That is not Biden.
Yeah. So, what's the chances he's bringing that all out today? That's something I wanted to ask.
Well, that one clip of Biden where he didn't look like Biden and he didn't blink for like 7 minutes, man, that one kind of creeps me out.
Yep, sure does. He's saying they're robots and clones.
Well, I mean, think about what we've seen the last 4 years, and I mean, people had to have questions. At least, everything's different. Here's one thing: I've seen Biden pictures, the old Biden, the when he was, the real one, with tattoos on his arms.
Yeah,
and this Biden has no tattoos.
None.
Earlobes. Eyes are different.
Think about the people that actually make clones or whatever, and then they get this order for a clone of Biden, and they're like, "My God, you're going to clone him? Why don't we clone Schwarzenegger or something, man? Why are we cloning this old?"
Think about it. You'll go to any plastic surgery.
What a waste of good cloning.
We all know about the good mask qualities that the agencies have.
Well, what you said about the earlobes, that's where they got me. I can't remember if it was attached or unattached, but there's like a big difference.
First unattached, then attached.
And that's the same thing with the Jeffrey Epstein earlobes when he was wheeled out on the cart. And it was going into the hospital. They didn't look like Jeffrey.
They didn't look the same. I thought you were going to say Jeffy B's belly button when he's on the bunk bed showing his belly. That's not the same Jeff B.
That's not the same belly button. Damn it!
Hey, you have a howdy.
It's not just the people and things, you guys. There was something here I wanted to share with you. That this lady and people are starting to notice this about our food.
Not a lot of people are talking about this shit, but I have seen quite a few videos of people doing this shit. And I was in such disbelief, I had to do the experiment my damn self. And then come to find out I got the exact same result. Y'all peep this shit. Now, there has been rapid videos of people leaving out ice cream. They're leaving out food products and everything like that. They just leaving it outside just to see how Mother Nature is going to react. And when I meant by Mother Nature, I'm talking about the bugs and the little rodents and all this other bullshit, right? People has been leaving out items outside, and these bugs and these animals are not touching it. Let me say this one more time for the people in the back. People have been leaving out food just to see how Mother Nature is going to react as far as the bugs and the rodents are concerned. They are not touching that shit. So I did the experiment myself because I was in extreme disbelief. And I got the exact same motherfucking results. The only difference is I used a piece of fucking bread. The piece of bread that normally a fucking duck would get. Normally, or even a bunch of
duck.
They are not touching our food at all. If that is not Mother Nature trying to tell y'all that something is wrong with our food within this country, I really don't know what the fuck to tell you, because that is fucking weird.
Yeah, my dog won't eat a Ritz. I will not eat Ritz crackers.
Or ramen noodles. Ants don't
She
eat
won't eat
ramen
it.
noodles. Oh, by the way, Nikki is in the chat. I don't know if we can get her up here. I said.
Oh, I want to get her up here if I can.
Nikki. We promise. Yorgo does not bite.
I
know
do.
He sounds like he does.
I really do.
I did hear one thing about food was if you go and you squeeze a loaf of bread and it comes right back to its shape. So I went into the store with the wife and she got mad at me because I said,
Yeah,
look, squish, squish, squish. I was squishing fucking bread. And
Did it come back?
Oh, yeah. 3 minutes later, it was like brand new.
Like a
Something else about that, too, is it doesn't. I would normally, I mean, I'm a single guy, so I'll get a loaf of bread. Sometimes I eat the whole loaf, sometimes half, and then it sits on the fridge, for another week. And normally it'll start turning green and shit. It don't anymore.
No, it doesn't. You're
it
right.
don't mold anymore.
See, I can't have bread anymore. I got to get Dave's. I got to get the healthy stuff, but I really don't even like that much,
Well,
and also, let me tell you about my $14 piece of pie. It was 2 days ago. I was in Food Line, and just real quick, because she was talking about ants and stuff. Those son of a bitches. There was a pecan pie in there, man, and I was like, man, it was $13.99. I was like, that is highway robbery, but I want that bitch. So I get the pie, and I got a bunch of Cool Whip, Came home that night and had dinner, and then I had a big old piece of pecan pie with Cool Whip on top of it. Next day, I came in to get another piece. Ants all over that shit. Oh, it pissed me off, man. $14 for one piece of pie. I had to throw it out and spray and all that kind of dumb shit. It was some little itty bitty ants, man. Tiny sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, those little GMO. They love the GMO sugar.
I know, they're like little computers, man.
They love radios. You remember they would get in your radio and you'd be listening to music and you hear them crawling in the radio?
I don't remember that. But you were high.
I could have been high.
Okay.
Could have been. No.
Well, I think
for sure.
are changing. People are changing. Everything seems weird. And yeah, everybody, you should try that. Throw something outside and see if the animals will eat it. I guess it depends on what it is. Like, I guess a Twinkie. I'll throw a Twinkie out there. But Rock Chucks might eat Twinkies.
And then when you're at the grocery store, squeeze all the bread.
Squeeze the
bread. Yeah, I will. I tried to give Claude a popsicle last night, but he didn't like it.
No? You didn't like it?
No. He wouldn't even lick it.
Really? That's
so
yeah.
Squeeze the bread and it stays squished, then it's the good stuff. If it puffs back out, then it's the artificial stuff.
Yeah. I sprayed the store brand. I squeezed a bunch of them, man. Sarah Lee.
Well,
yeah. And Mary Lou, the lady that was the cat, and he squeezed Mary Lou, the cashier, too.
Oh, yeah, Jeff B just put in chat, he identifies as bread, Agent J. Like you just squeeze it.
That's messed up, dude. Yeah, sugar ants. Sugar ants.
Sugar ants.
It's like Mr. Whipple. Please stop squeezing the bread, Mr. Whipple.
420 says I put bread on my fridge for a year and no mold.
Okay, there you go.
That's what I keep trying to say, that he was talking about regular loaves of bread, and I noticed that. That's true. But what's crazy is I go get the bread that you slice, a loaf of bread from the bakery, and that goes quick, 2 or 3 days. And so I'm like, I wasn't done yet.
Yeah.
That the loaf bread can sit 3-4 times as long and not mold.
It's all the preservatives are put in it. So they got Skittles are now good for you, I guess, because they took out whatever was in it.
Titanium dioxide.
Yes, sir. Yep. So I like Skittles. Sorry.
I do too. I love them.
Skittles and popcorn.
It's like a candy coated Starburst.
Yeah, you boys like to taste the rainbow, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, we do. That's what we do when we're not loitering.
Yeah.
Fat J and Loud Yorga standing outside selling dope outside the convenience store.
It's a drugstore.
In trench coat.
Yeah, it'd be a drugstore. Y'all want an older crowd.
Yeah.
I had another video, and they already scrubbed it off a day.
What? What was it on? The volcano?
No, it was about Africa and this little country in Africa, and they're this dude's from this tribe, and he's Americanized and everything, but he was saying that they're fighting these mermaids down there, so they might be real. So, you know what that means, you guys? It's
it's a little tribe in Africa, and they're fighting these mermaids down there.
Damn, they got rid of it, so it's that time.
Hey, all you cool cats, it's time for Craig the Hunter's news segment.
Yeah, Craig.
I got accused of being on steroids earlier. And now, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, I'm a little anxious because of the sun.
Okay.
I'm a little triggered because of the sun.
Oh, we'll talk about that in the second half.
Has your herpes flared up?
What'd you say? Firebear.
I said, has your herpes flared up?
Yeah. Thank you, Pooty, for bringing up that.
I just sent it to Scream.
Pooty, we like to call them speed bumps at the mall. You want to go shopping? Now for your TinTV Mostly True News Report. I am Jimmy Buffett.
He's not dead.
Away again. No, wait, Yorga, what was the guy's name? I totally forgot the other guy. What was
Jimmy
say it again?
Dead. He's dead, Jay. He died.
He died? Did he?
Oh, yeah.
I thought
I thought he
he tripped on a pop top and he killed himself.
That's what happened.
Didn't even know
Cheeseburger.
that.
He's eating a cheeseburger in paradise right now. Speaking of, first, the only real and good news you're going to hear here tonight. Hear. And this, I pray, that your love may abound still more and more in knowledge and all discernment, that you may approve the things that are excellent, that you may be sincere and without offense till the day of Christ. And that is Philippians 1:9-10. It's a hard, tough road being a Christian, especially in Seattle. I don't know if y'all saw that.
No.
They're attacking Christians in Seattle. We might have to get on a bus and go do some crusading, boys.
And Israelites in Boulder, Colorado.
Oh, you're right about that. There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on.
They burned them. They were burning people, man, in Colorado.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Kids and everything.
There's a public message. Y'all need to calm down. I need to calm down. I've been getting angry. Everybody's on edge. We can all feel it.
You got that, Tim? You need to calm the fuck
down. We'd like to thank all of you for tuning into the broadcast. This segment of Mostly True News is sponsored by people caught on camera dropping poo in grocery stores and then kicking it or walking away swiftly. If you don't believe me, ask Cola. She knows. Let
that doo ball go down your pants leg, then you kick it.
I don't know why that's a thing. It's always in the grocery store. They're kicking poo. Sometimes the airport.
Cola did that?
No, Cola didn't do that, but she knows. She knows. All right, let me get ready for this. And now for comments from last Monday's show. Lori writes, enjoyed the show. Yorga, thank you for sharing your dad's World War II shells. That is so cool. Prayers for Jay and his family. See, Jay, I told you, everybody. A bunch of hearts.
Thank you.
Prayer hands. Cinders writes, replay and a heart. Part of the replay crew. Homestead writes, good show and a smiley face. You know who I'm talking about. TinTV, praying hands and a heart. Thank you, I once. Cheryl Rich writes, Tin, a waving hand, a heart. Nice having you on Colas. Oh, yeah, y'all were on Colas, too, on Wednesday night. Everybody, please go check out Colas channel on Wednesday night at 10 o'clock. Central. Wild Edibles writes, great show, and a bunch of emojis of different variety. I don't know what they all are. Vicky Brunel writes, we want Krista. So do we, but her damn Canadian connection sucks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wild Creations writes, great show. Thank you, Wild Creations. Joe Carroll Dobbs writes, great show tonight, Tin. A heart. And I will be praying for Agent Jay's family and anybody else.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That needs prayers. And I hope to see you all soon. Until the next time, take care and stay safe. And a bunch of emojis of American flags, hearts, smiley faces, and a camera. Wild Creations also writes, much love, XOXOXO. I used to get cards that said that. I never knew what the XOXO meant. That's hugs. It's hugs.
I used to get cards that said, do you wanna? Yes or no.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
It was a pop-up. Lisa Bama by the Bay writes, great show, Tin, and a heart. And I will be praying for Agent Jay's family. Look at Jay. Everybody's showing you love.
Thank you.
Praying hearts. See you all soon. A bunch more hearts of American colors and varieties. Melvita Varnado writes, great show, y'all. Prayers for Jay. Everybody's praying for Jay.
Thank you.
I need a link to Cola's channel, please. And that link was dropped by Hickow. Hickow, thank you for dropping that link. Stephanie Joe Roundtree writes, darn it, no notification. Shit. Glad to see the replay.
That's what she really said.
She was pissed. She put a shit in there. But she did not use the I. I filled in the whole word. Is there a show tomorrow? Sorry, Stephanie Joe Roundtree. We got a little lazy and we didn't do a Tuesday show, but we're here now. Thank you. And that concludes your what was that segment called? Comments from the chat.
Hey, Craig.
Yeah.
Just real quick, Jerry said he shot himself twice standing in the line at the grocery store.
Yeah,
Who did?
Shatner.
Jerry?
Oh, Jerry shat himself.
Twice.
Jerry, you didn't figure it out by the first one?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
thinking.
I know he didn't leave after the first one, and then he Shatnered it again.
That was down the leg. That's why we call him
It
down
sounded
the
like he
leg
just-
Jerry.
Yeah, it looks like he just stayed in line because he didn't want to lose his spot.
Was he squeezing bread as he shat?
I don't know.
First in your news of mostly trueness. Tripping hikers mistakenly report a companion's death in the Adirondacks, officials say. 2 hikers in New York's Adirondack Mountains called 911 to report the third member of their party had died. But it turns out they had taken some hallucinogenic mushrooms and were mistaken.
Oh, no.
Officials said Wednesday.
So he wasn't really dead?
No, he was alive. He's very much alive.
I'm not dead, I'm just tripping.
But they really thought he died. I feel bad for him. It's an emotional roller coaster they went through.
And then next week they're all going, I thought you were dead.
Yeah, I thought you were dead, man. Gosh, don't do that to us again. That was an awful trip. A state forest ranger responded to a call Saturday about a hiker who had reportedly died on the Cascade Mountain, a popular summit in the Adirondacks high peaks.
Sorry, he's not dead.
He's not dead, sorry. He's very much alive. The 2 hikers who called 911 also told the steward on the mountain summit that they were also lost.
You think?
But wait, here's the best. The steward determined that the hikers were in an altered mental state, according to the agency.
Shit. They lost my friend's dead.
I don't know how he surmised that. The supposedly dead person called and was not injured at all. While they were with the steward, the guy calls. Oh, fuck, we thought you were dead.
They told us you were dead.
We saw you die. The ranger escorted the two hikers down to an ambulance, which took them to a hospital and brought the third to the group's campsite. So the dead motherfucker was the only lucky one. He didn't have to go to the hospital. He got to go right back to the campsite.
Yeah.
Where they all later met up and discussed what a effed up day they had.
And drinking orange juice, right?
That's what you do. You drink orange juice to enhance it. But you don't want to think that your friend died off of the He fell off a mountain.
Yeah.
We lost Toby.
The thing is, the friend that died is the one that told those two he died.
Yep. Hey, who's calling? It's our dead friend Toby. This report of Mostly True News is sponsored by Craig the Hunter Black Lager. Robust and smooth, light body, high percent by volume that kicks you in your choo-choo caboose really hard. Available now at corner liquor stores strategically placed in low-income areas.
Maybe that's what Jerry was drinking.
That's where he was. That's where he shit in line. He was at the low-income liquor store.
Oh, gosh.
Second in your news of Mostly Trueness.
Yes, Jerry.
Jerry, will you please stop shitting in the chat?
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. Don't stand behind Jerry. I hope you're not under Jerry in the chat.
That would be
a mess.
That would be
it's like heron shit. Have you ever seen heron shit? It's like white, giant blobs of white all over your decks. That's what they do. It's horrible.
We have blue herrings.
Yeah, blue herrings, yeah.
Herons.
Prince George Company Public Works picks up a legally dumped casket. In one of the most bizarre calls the department has ever received, Prince George's County Public Works and Transportation picked up an illegally dumped casket Thursday. In a Facebook post, at-large Prince George County Council member Calvin Hawkins called it among the top 5 unbelievable constituent calls that I have ever responded to as a public service for over 30 years. The casket, which was fortunately empty of bodies. No body. I thought of Yorga. I said, fuck, they got Yorga's casket.
Maybe it was
My casket. Damn it. I couldn't sleep last night for that.
Well, it's in Prince George County on the side of the road, Yorga.
maybe it was that airline stewardess that just got busted with all those drugs.
Oh, I saw that. Like, yeah, she killed some people. She had bones in her backyard.
Bones in it. Whoa.
Oh, I missed that. Do tell later.
Oh, we will tell you about that. Was found left on a curb near Lloyd's Landing Road in Upper Marlboro. So if you lost your casket near Lloyd's Landing Road in Upper Marlboro, we think we found it.
I was looking through Marketplace, Craig, yesterday, and there was a casket for sale.
What a coincidence. Was it
in somebody's garage, you know? It
wasn't
Prince George.
I was thinking about buying it and like videotape, putting it in Walmart.
Yeah, get
in
it
the middle
too.
of parking and get a video of it, see who would open it.
We can make a go-kart out of it, Jay. What are you talking about? Or a hot rod. You ever seen a casket?
Hey, that'd be cool to have on Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Pooty knows. He knows. Pooty knows.
Who's
We've picked up a lot over the years. Furniture, tires, even toilets. But this, a whole casket? The Department of Public Works and Transportation wrote on its video on Telegram. The fine for illegally dumping and littering can be up to $17,000. Illegal dumping can be reported by phone or email. And this concludes your TinTV Mostly True News Report. I am Craig the Hunter. And tonight's tie is dolphins swimming upstream, because that's the most luckiest way to have luck, is to have your dolphins swim up. Because if your dolphin's swimming down, you know where it's going.
Right in your butt. Just saying.
Oh, dang.
I got the sniffles.
That was our fun segment.
I forgot to kill Jeff B. Shit! Breaking news: Jeff B. was just killed by Danny Duncan's extremely gay drift car. It says, "I'm so gay I can't even drive straight."
Yeah, I have one. Oh, yeah, I don't think the casket that they saw. I think it was brand new. It was never
wait,
used.
what about the drug? Wait,
Casket.
what about the lady with the drugs? So she was some sort of very sexy
Stewardess or something?
steward. Yorga would have totally been tempted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm trying to find that story.
Well,
They found millions of dollars on her.
Yeah, well, it's
Really?
like $3.3 million worth
cash.
Of a stewardess?
of rugs, and
Rugs.
you're not supposed to say that D word.
Oh,
I
you
know.
can't say.
I said cash. I was thinking cash.
No,
Okay,
cash is okay.
She actually had the.
I don't
She
know
actually
why.
had the
there's
Uggs on her.
Krista.
She actually had the Uggs on her, right?
Krista, get up here.
Get up
Where?
here.
Did she have the? I don't know, but she had some pretty sexy looking photos. But she got busted with $3.3 million worth of rugs, and according to the whoever that looked at it, there was bones in it, and they're doing that kind of stuff down. And remember, I showed everybody about a year ago the epidemic that was going on down in Africa, and they're smoking bones, and these people are getting zombie eyes
The
from
kuru. Oh, wait, you can't say that word. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that word, but that's what they get.
Say it backwards. Just say that
Ooh,
word
the
backwards.
ooh-a-coo.
Yes.
the ooga ooga.
But Tim, they had what was it? People in Papua New Guinea would smoke their dead relatives. That's where it was discovered. Yeah.
Yes, they were and they were digging up all these graves, and
But that's some little tribe that we don't even know nothing about. They're probably smoking their own people. Who cares?
Yeah,
Leave them
they
alone.
are. But
They pass the ball and they're like, "Hey, if you tried Grandpa, no, it's fucking great."
You know, if they're in the middle of they're not up to date like us. It's like if that's what they're doing is they're moving people there from over there to here, and then they go fucking crazy because they don't know what our culture is about.
well, I wonder sometimes what if that Fenty stuff is made out of that stuff, because it's coming from other countries and stuff, and there's some euphoric thing to smoking this stuff. Now, I ain't touching it, just saying, okay? Hey, Full Monty.
It's a hell of a thing to experiment with.
No, I wouldn't touch it either. Just like Afghanistan, I wouldn't fuck a goat.
Dude, that's what sucks, though. We can't even do real drugs anymore. They've so screwed it up, you know?
Everything.
Can't even do it.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, kids.
I can't find that
Sorry,
actual, I can't find the...
Oh, can you turn your mic up? I think your mic might be a little low, Tim.
It's because I keep leaning away from it. So, yeah, I can't find that actual story right now.
I would like to welcome to the show
Oh,
the
God.
most beautiful girl in the world, Krista Krabs.
I'm in trouble
from
for
Canada.
Hey,
something.
Krista.
Good to see you, Krista.
Good evening,
she's-
everyone.
Oh, that sounds like Boswell.
Jim.
I had a sex change.
No, that's sorry. That's hello, everyone.
Say that, Krista. They'll clip it that shit and they'll turn it around on you.
Oh my God. Ooh.
Yeah.
We got AI now, Krista.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
I don't know, but I don't know if Canada does.
my name's not Susie
all.
Wild.
That's our 51st state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's calling in from the 51st state. Not
So
yet, though.
can I give you a little bit of a thought?
Please do.
So, what if, right, our new best prime minister ever,
Yeah, what's his name?
uh,
We forgot.
Mark
Carney.
Carney. Okay. So Trudeau's gone. We're now with Carney.
Yeah, Trudeau's gone, and we now have Carney, which is Trudeau 2.0. And he has the same cabinet, everything. All the ministers are all the same. Everything's the same. It's just a new figurehead. Anyway, right after he won the election, right after he won the election, he went to see President Trump. And he's with Brookfield. Brookfield is the one who financially bailed out Ivanka's husband, Kushner. He had he was looking at massive debt, possibility of bankruptcy. Apparently, this is all apparently, and Brookfield bailed him out, thanks to Carney.
Carnival person.
Yeah,
that's how I remember.
So I'm wondering, what if Carney and Trump, I mean, they know each other. They're sort of in the same club. They're the good old boys, you know. What if he actually made a deal with Trump already behind our backs and we don't know about it?
Best deal you ever got if you're the 51st state.
No.
Yeah.
No.
America, fuck yeah.
The other thing is on Sunday, we have provinces instead of states. The provincial leaders are meeting with Carney, and it's only from the west. So, you know, you're looking at Canada
west of the Mississippi.
Yep. And so they have very specific asks, which are going to be counter to what their Liberal Party, which is like your Democrats, Liberal Party will do. They'll say they'll do things and then they lie, and of course they, you know how it goes. So if that does not go well, then you've got 4 provinces at this point potentially leaving Canada and becoming their own nation. But I suspect that Trump somehow is involved in this. And I don't think we're going to become the 51st state. I think what's going to happen is we're going to become a nation unto ourselves. Like I think Texas was that way for a long time, wasn't it? Where it had its own standing.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and that's sort of a thing. I think that's going to be the outcome if it happens.
Still going to be under American law. You'll still be under.
But still have our own
just like Trump wants to do anyways. He wants to give all the power back to the states.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But we just want half of Canada. We want like Alberta and over. We don't really. Do we really want? We don't want the Canadian. I mean, this.
You don't
French
want Ontario.
We don't want the east. We don't want the east. We don't want
that shit. The Teton.
I think Quebec, which is they can't join the United States because the United States is English only, and Quebec is French, and then English is not really preferable, but they do kind of accept it a little bit. Anyway,
Christy, is the Queen still on your money?
Yeah, the American one.
Yeah, and sadly now
still owns you.
The King. Well, when you say the Queen, that would be Camilla now, eh?
Okay. I mean the old Queen.
We do not recognize them as having anything to do with us anymore. We cut the ties there, and that's another weird thing that a lot of Canadians are really upset with is why were Charles and Camilla invited for the throne speech when Carney wasn't, King Carney was made King Carney, and like we have nothing to do with them. I don't understand why they were there. at all.
And didn't Charles say something about it's time for you, meaning
Yep.
Canadian, to move on, or?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
He pissed a lot of people off.
I just caught a little bit of it. And that's what I heard. And I was, whoa.
Oh, he's boring as hell. Anyway.
What does he mean by that? Move on. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, like it's time for them to become their own sovereign.
Right, away from British rule.
country.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised that people in Britain still put up with that monarchy shit, man. You know?
Yeah.
What the hell, man? If I was a citizen over there or a British subject, as they say, I think I'd be like, why are we giving all this money to these freaking hopefuls that don't do anything?
Yeah, and not only that, but they're not cheap.
Oh,
Like, it's
God.
not they cost a lot of money to maintain. You know?
absolutely.
Big time.
You guys, and y'all are taxed through the Bob Zumbas over
Oh,
there.
we are. It's like we're at 48% tax.
Oh, man.
Woo!
I'd hate to get $100 and only get 52 of it, huh?
Yeah, it sucks for you, Chris. We just got a big,
No.
beautiful new deal.
Then you got to live in Canada on top of everything else.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Exactly.
a blessing. That's not
And
a
the penguin shit all over. I heard you told me they
yeah,
shit on
that
the roof
and
shit.
mucklucks and tubes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
snowshoes.
mucklucks.
Wait, there were penguins?
Yeah, she got penguins, man.
No, we
No shit.
She lives in Canada.
Oh, Krista, is there any way we get a pet penguin from you? Or is that illegal?
I haven't
Can-
seen a penguin. I've
Can you
seen
I
capture
love
them?
them.
yeah, they stink apparently. I don't know.
Oh.
In your judges in Canada still wear those little wigs?
Oh, you've asked me that a million times. Yeah, the Supreme Court does.
Why? Why?
Powdered wig.
Because
they lost their hair.
because we were originally under British law. So some of the old standards still stick. Same thing as Australia, you know?
Yep.
They had their thumb down on us for years and years. We've separated from England and have nothing to do. I think it's more of a courtesy.
They're stealing your money. They're stealing your money.
Yeah, it's still a courtesy, but we don't acknowledge them as being associated with us at all.
Here, I got a deal. I'm gonna send you an app. Send this to Carney, okay? Canon needs to run on the Agent J coin.
On the Agent J coin.
J coin.
It's a meme coin we're putting out.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're gonna put that out.
Okay.
Now,
Sounds
what
good.
about Australia, though? Are they more tied to the crown than Canada is, or did they break loose too, or what's up with them?
Same thing. Australia and Canada are pretty much aligned. You know.
Do they have to pay anything to the crown?
No, not that I'm
Okay,
aware.
all right, good.
Neither do we.
So screw that. Yeah.
So,
Can you
yeah.
read what Terry put up there? I can't see it.
Since DJT went over to England in 2017, we've controlled it. FYI, by Canada being a corporation, DJT basically bought it. Y'all belong to us. Krista, you belong to us.
All right, pay your taxes.
Yeah, Stephanie, get on that.
2 more weeks. Trust the plan.
Oh, it is. It's always 2 more
Hey,
weeks.
Krista,
You know that.
don't be not trusting the plan.
You're not trusting the plan?
Don't trust the plan.
Don't talk
No, I
about
think-
Q.
Don't trust the plan. I mean, trust. Now I'm confused. I don't know what we got to do now.
Anyway.
I mean, I think everybody's in the same position. That we don't know what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on.
I read
We
sort
have
of both,
no
both
clue.
sides of everything, you know, the like,
Good and the bad. Yeah.
yeah, the political side and
Yin and the yang.
but what I don't like is the rousing the interference and firing people up, like what just happened in Butler, for instance. I mean, it's just there are people out there who buy the bullshit and bad things happen, and it's the same thing in Canada. I mean, it's no different. So
Yeah.
you're right, Jeff.
And
Canadians
so
don't matter.
so what I do just me. I just go back to what we learned at the very beginning of all this stuff. And that's what I
you're
stick
circling
with.
back.
Yeah, no, that's what I've always believed. This stuff that's going on now, we all knew was going to happen. Most of it.
Mm. One of the things that Trump said that kind of made me, I don't know, it was weird. They asked him if he would pardon Diddy, and he said, yeah, he's a nice guy. I know him. I'd have to look at it, though. And I thought,
word salad.
He didn't say yeah. I was listening. I was intently listening to that, and he danced all the way around it.
Did he?
He said he wouldn't use the fact of him liking him or not liking him to be a part. He would only. He also said they hadn't actually brought it to him. But yes, I dissected that because I'm sitting here following this case. The last thing I want to see is him just be pardoned.
Oh, that'd be a grave mistake.
Oh yes. And I don't think but he said they hadn't. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you guys think it is half empty. I'm thinking half full. I'm thinking if he pardoned him, there's a fucking reason he's pardoned him.
Oh, because he gave away some people.
Why?
Oh.
That's just the way I see it.
I don't know. He's just such a filthy creature. Why would you pardon something like that?
I just don't want OJ riots because the West Coast is really... The AMP people are on overtime.
I don't know if they're going to riot over him, though. It's kind of a different animal altogether, you know. I don't. I mean, they could, but I don't really see it.
Well, the way he answered, he said they haven't even asked him yet, but he thinks that they might. But they haven't even asked him yet. So, like, when these people put these articles out and everything, they're just trying to get clicks.
Oh, yeah.
Views because he hasn't even officially been asked. And
why
he didn't
would they
say that
ask
he would.
My question is, why would they even bring that up? Why would they ask him?
For news articles, for something to talk about. But I don't think he said if someone had, like, basically, he said if someone had been mistreated, like, basically, like how they did him, he was targeted. But this is not the case with Diddy. He's not being targeted. He did these things, you know? So I don't know. I don't think
wait. We have seen nothing out of the tapes, anything like that. What if Trump is compromised? What if it's not Trump? What if it's his daughter? What if it's his other daughter? Or what if it's one of his sons?
Or if he pardons Diddy, I'm going to really believe that. That's going to cause me to believe that. But I hope he doesn't do that.
So
it'll have a big ripple effect.
That would give him, that means he has a major fucking choice to tell the truth or pardon him. To let it ride or pardon him.
Well, and Joe Carroll said Trump also said that he hasn't been following the case, which I'm sure he is, and knows nothing about it. But his face said it all when he really wasn't interested in it. So he's basically danced around the whole thing. He's trying to avoid it right now.
He's busy. He's busy dealing with bigger shit than Diddy.
Well,
Diddy really is a distraction. I think Diddy's a distraction.
Look what he dropped that we were talking about earlier, what Trump dropped earlier. You know what I mean? About the erections and all that other stuff, you know?
Yeah. He's probably been busy on the phone with Putin, man, to be honest with you.
What'd you say, Krista? Sorry.
What about the post about Biden?
Oh, yeah. Being dead.
Dead.
Like
that's
we
what
said.
we're talking. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was saying.
He's a robot.
I'm going back.
Yeah, when I read that, I thought about the when he would do rallies and he would say, you know, he's shot, he's gone, he's not dead. He must have had
who is that guy?
Surgery because he sure doesn't look like the guy I know.
Yeah, like, who is that guy?
Say things like that.
He doesn't blink either.
Oh, I never noticed that.
Walks like a robot.
Yeah, they've got a tape of B. Biden that they think is the fake one, and it's like 7 minutes long, and he doesn't blink during the whole flipping thing.
So was it auto pen all the way?
Yes. Probably.
Oh yeah, even for the ballots, the mail-in ballots were auto pen.
I believe so. Yeah, I do believe so. That's sad.
If that's the case, that's a massive.
I'm gonna play.
In history.
I'll play AB right now. Who's gonna do anything about it?
Gonna be biblical.
Hey, Calm down, big guy. Don't you have some chicken
I'm
to
just saying.
deliver?
No, I'm just. Gosh, it's
Yeah,
so crazy.
that's a
We
dude,
don't
Arthur
know.
Robert.
Wait, who's Arthur Robert?
Arthur Roberts. That's a dude playing. He's an actor playing Biden. Supposed to be.
Well, I thought it was Carrie. They said it was all different people. Wow,
It
Arthur
could be.
Roberts.
Well, it's all of them.
We've seen 6 different ones.
I know one of them's like 6'6" tall.
Tall one.
Yeah. Tall one.
We've seen different ones that we can all say, okay, that looks different. His ears look different. His eyes are too close to his fucking nose.
What about the one on the bicycle with the gorgeous legs? I called him Gorgeous Legs Biden.
Yeah.
What about the military turning their backs on the motorcade?
You did.
What about the improper gun salute, which
Circle
was
back
actually a death?
Kenzaki.
Falling upstairs. Who falls upstairs?
I could if I really tried hard.
I've done it before.
Down is my superpower.
Slinky.
Yeah, I've done both.
I've done down. I have done down.
Up is the worst.
We have stairs in the house, and as you're coming down, and your sock slips on the end of it.
Yeah.
Does anybody slip like that? Oh man, I've eaten it 10 stair flights. Help!
Hell, what's going on?
Okay,
Anyways, Cola, let's get this Diddy shit
I
on.
want the Diddy. I want the Diddy dirt.
Okay. Oh, I gotta switch that.
As long as it has to do with the Tootsie Roll. Just saying.
That was the. Okay, so the last time we talked about it on here was on Monday. So that leaves 4. So it's day 10. Because Tuesday we didn't do a show. We did the Memorial Day show. So basically I'm going from Tuesday till present day, which was day 10, May 27th. And Capricorn Clark was the first person. I think she's the only person up there. She was a former assistant, and she testified she was held against her will twice, forced into a car by Combs and one of his bodyguards. They were going to go to Cuddy's house to unalive him, and they threatened a bunch of different things like happened. And she basically testified to 3 different incidences. One was 2004, and this one was pretty nuts. This one reminds me of the mob. She was forced to take a lie detector test. She was they're calling it kidnapping because she was, for 5 straight days, she was in this what would eventually be Bad Boys, but at the time was just like a dilapidated building with just a few chairs and things. And she had to stay there for 5 days and continuously take this lie detector test over some jewelry, because Diddy was hosting one of those white parties, and he was able to wear 3 really high-end pieces of jewelry loaned by Jacob the jeweler. And after the party, she was supposed to take them and bring them on a private plane and all this. And she kind of said she was on her way and the bag wasn't there. She thought it was an inside job. And it's funny, one of the bodyguards' names is Uncle Paulie. If that doesn't sound like a mob name. He ends up taking her to that headquarters. The building wasn't finished. He's like 5 times her size, sitting there chain smoking and threatening if she fails this test, she's going to get thrown in the East River. And they put on some text messages between her and Combs, some of her, because this is then, the defense, showing texts where she showed affection and happy birthday texts and wanted to go to work again for him. So they asked her why, he was so abusive. She said, well, she was desperate. She had a child to take care of, and she wasn't doing any other kind of work. they tried to basically say, oh, you loved him so much these stories couldn't be true. But on redirect, she said that he'd blackballed her in the industry, stymied her as she tried to get other work, and she felt like she had no choice but to return to him, and that's why she was eager to work for him. Just a side note, because a lot of these people reporting are in the courtroom. They said on several occasions during her testimony that Combs would whisper into his attorney's ear, and Mark Agnifilo would jump up to object when Capricorn Clark was trying to make a point. So they clearly didn't remember the things and the events the same. But it was also like he was directing the cross-examination. I keep getting multiple reports of that from different people, so that must be true. And basically, a side note on that, the kidnapping allegation feeds into the racketeering conspiracy. She's telling us about individuals that participated in the kidnapping her and attempting to go after Cuddy. And that feeds into the criminal enterprise and the government saying that Sean Combs is at the head of it. And this is also the second time a witness has testified about him having a bang bang, because that guy David James earlier said when they were going to go after Suge, he had 3 bang bangs on his lap. Okay, that was all of day 10. Then day 11 was Wednesday. It's May 28th. The first person up was an LAPD officer named Christopher Angasaram. I'm not even going to attempt it. He testified about a specific incident on December 22nd, 2011. He said about 8:20 in the morning, he got a call about a possible break-in, robbery, or some sort of situation going down at Cuddy's house. He testified he saw this Escalade pulling up, and there's like a bunch of corroborations going on about, well, the Escalade specifically, but a lot of these stories, different witnesses are corroborating the same thing. So that helps, I'm sure. And they say he thought the SUV looked suspect and it drove off. He memorized the license plate. Later, he testified he ran the plate and it came back to Bad Boy Entertainment. So when he walked in, he saw the high-end watches and purses and gifts, some wrapped and unwrapped, which also corroborates Kid Cudi said that they had gone in and opened up presents and things. The detective showed up, and when they came out, he saw the same black Escalade now driving down the hill. Then Cudi showed up in his Porsche. Under cross-examination, they asked if they know the definition of kidnapping and get objected. There was no furniture appended. No, you called it a trespass, not a burglary. No report of theft. You know, they're just trying to do their job and poke holes. The second person on the stand was an LA arson investigator named Lance Jimenez. And he talks about going because of the fire at his house. And they ask about burn patterns. He talks about the bottle, what kind of, it's Old English malt liquor, the designer, what's it called? Shoot. I'm going some of this off memory. Designer scarf or whatever. They say, in my opinion, it was targeted. And then also there was this point where Cudi had the door finger dusted for prints and the card had been destroyed. And that was a big ordeal. The defense tried to move for a mistrial based on prosecutorial misconduct that has occurred. But they went on to say that some prospective jurors said that Mr. Combs could buy his way out of trouble, and this type of conspiracy is out there. Anyways, the thing that was strange about that is they said some prospective jurors, and I was following the jury stuff too. They didn't let that guy on the jury because of that. But anyways, the prosecution said it was unwarranted, and the judge denied the mistrial. They go on about this female DNA that was found on the glass bottle, and then anyways, I'm trying not to make it so long. The third person was a stylist named Deontay Nash, and he was supposedly he was kind of real funny and just a trip, basically. But he didn't want to be there. He was subpoenaed. Talk about he recounted times that Cassie pulled her by the hair, hit her, continued the assault until she hit the head of a bed frame. Yeah. Just different times that she's just a bunch of different abusive situations he basically talked about. So that ended that day. And then day 12 was Thursday, May 29th. Deontay Nash started on the stand again. They go through the niceties and talking about this secret trip out of town. And they're reading the text in court back and forth. And Nash's part was girl. And they said the whole court laughed about that because he was just kind of a funny guy. But I think he was credible. talking about how they recorded the parties on her phone. And when Combs and Ventura had, there was a point in time he left when a male guy came to the hotel, and they tried to say, oh, well, if you left, you must have thought she was safe. And he says no, and Cross comes back about she didn't tell him everything. He said, well, they didn't tell each other everything. They didn't need to. And the next person on the stand was a person named Mia, who was a former assistant, and her identity is being protected. She described working for Combs as chaotic and toxic, said it could be exciting. The highs were really high, the lows were really low. His mood determined the environment. He threw things at her, threw her against the wall, threw her in the pool, threw things against her head, SA'd her, and she was just an employee, not a girlfriend. Said he did that on more than one occasion. She worked for him from 2009 to 2017. Previously, she had worked for Mike Myers. The first phone call to get her job with HR, she said he was sitting in his underwear, and they're saying, so we're assuming that was a FaceTime meeting. She testified she worked for 5 days straight without sleeping. They were traveling to Las Vegas. There was always things going on. She said she had an Adderall prescription since she was 17 that helped her to function without sleep. She testifies that she had a physical breakdown. Her hearing felt like she was underwater. Her equilibrium was off, blurred vision. Out of nowhere, she was hysterical and could not stop crying. And at that point, Puff said that she could go to sleep, she recalled. She wasn't allowed to lock the bedroom when she traveled places and had a room, or if she stayed anywhere that was his property. She testified to it was I feel like she was on there for the whole day. It was a lot of testimony. Talks about the night where they snuck out to go see Prince's party, and Diddy caught her there, and they ran and hid in bushes. And it's a lot of detailed testimony about a bunch of abuse. Him throwing a bowl of spaghetti at her.
Spaghetti?
Bowl of spaghetti.
Bowl of spaghetti. Yeah.
No. Mark would say a bolognese.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that meant. I always tried to get it. Anyway, sorry.
That's all right. And that was that one. So then the very last day, 13th, Friday, she came back. They said she both times she was crying, keeping her head down, a lot of things. It sounded pretty emotional. She talks about a time Cassie was upset with him for cheating, so she wasn't answering calls. Oh, this is relevant as well. She said KK and others were trying to reach her for Diddy. They did the text between them. Just everybody was trying to reach her over, stuff that had to do with her not answering the phone and stuff. Like the whole place would get involved. Then they showed this message with, I guess, just she got fired a lot without pay and stuff. Just anytime his moods would shift and things would go wrong. They showed a message between a guy that was Diddy's manager, James Cruz, asking about the Kids' Choice Awards. And her response was, I don't know when that is, but he's currently firing me. And I guess that was just to show how often she would get fired without pay, because there's forced labor is another kind of charge like that. Suspended for 5 days for being subordinate, just crazy stuff. The fights were normal. D-Rock was trying to get in touch with her, and it kind of sounded like he was trying to offer to get her paid off to speak kindly of Combs, like after the fact. Then the cross exam, you had trauma from working. Talk about all the things that he made him do. An image with the Ciroc. But then they start going to her social media and all these nice kind of things she's messaged since then about him and things like that. And she kind of went in to say, I don't see the notes of this, but I remember her saying like Instagram is a place where you just only post the good things and stuff like that. They asked her how she could say all these nice things about someone that's done her so wrong. And she said, well, she's still unpacking it all in therapy. They mentioned when she made a scrapbook for them, just a bunch of things like that. And so Monday they'll do more cross-examine and redirect on her. And I don't know who else will be there because they kind of keep you kind of have to wait for the witness list. But
so we're on day 14 or 15?
Yes, it will be 14. So I sent you something. I didn't talk about this part because it's in that clip I sent you about Mia trying to leave. Because I'll set up that they were on a yacht, and he's chasing her to, he physically has been violent with her, and he shut her door shut her arm into doors and things. So at this point in the clip, they're talking about she's at the top of the yacht, and his ex-wife is trying to calm her down, and she wants to leave. And this is the events that take place. It's only a minute. They describing what happens, when she did want to leave. She couldn't. Spoiler alert. But this is that clip. Hopefully it'll play 10.
Diddy's children actually came up there and consoled her and tried to check on her and tell her everything was going to be okay. But then Diddy came upstairs, and she being Mia, went and hid in the crew cabin. And she said that she had to get a tender boat, or I guess a boat that is kind of an extension of the yacht, to kind of go back to the main island, and that the captain of this tender boat got a call that Mia had to come back, and she had to come back to the yacht. And she said that she just wanted to get away. She wanted to get out of St. Bar's, but the thing is that Diddy's staff had her passport. And so staff made Mia get into this car. Puffy or Diddy comes in and calls Michelle, who was then his chief of staff, and made up this story. And Mia said that she tried to chime in, and Diddy told her to shut the F up. And Michelle told Mia, just do what Puffy says. Puffy's going to take care of her. And Mia ended up going on a plane with Diddy to Vegas. And she said she felt like she just didn't have a choice.
So it's just an example. She couldn't leave. They had her passports. It sounds crazy, but she couldn't. So they're going for, that's a predicate act, kidnapping person.
That whole passport thing was just like what the Epstein victims were saying.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing. So right there, isn't that like breaking a law? Like, isn't that kidnapping somebody?
Yes,
their passport.
That's what they're trying to say. Because that's a predicate act for RICO. So is arson, like Cuddy's car. And that's why a lot of people are like, these aren't the crimes he's charged with, but they do matter. So I also look at a lot of like lawyers' perspective on things. And that next clip that says RICO stronger than trafficking is a lawyer's opinion that they don't think that they have proved Cassie's Schmeck's trafficking, but they do think the RICO will go through. So like one can happen without the other.
Did you say Schmeck's trafficking?
Yeah, trafficking. I'm trying not to say the words, but they say I'm on the lawyers, so I guess it really doesn't matter. But
it's when we say it, the algo likes to ding it. They get confused.
Well, that kind of is Schmeckle trafficking when you think about it.
So, Colin, so this is the attorney's opinion then on what he
doesn't think they proved Cassie Schmeck's trafficking, but he explains that they could.
It's funny every time.
Don't I sound like I got an impediment or something, huh?
I like it.
Proof beyond a reasonable doubt, where you're so firmly convinced that you don't need any more information. The government doesn't have it there. As far as the RICO charge, I think the government has been building technically a far stronger RICO case than the sex trafficking. They have established, they have established extortion. They have established extortion by force. It's always easy to prove mail fraud or wire fraud. You use the mail. You pick up your phone, you send a text, you send an email. So they've got mail fraud, they've got wire fraud, they've got the two different forms of extortion. They may have witness tampering. They certainly have controlled substance offenses. But here, talk about proof beyond a reasonable doubt, where you're so firmly convinced that you don't need any more information, the government doesn't have it there. As far as the RICO charge,
I think the
loop has been building.
They were talking about Cassie at the beginning. This right?
Sorry.
So that's okay. So real quick, just same person still talking about he was talking about when jurors nullify, and this is so like OJ, they went ahead and didn't listen to the rules and said, screw it, we don't want him to be in trouble, so we're just gonna let him off no matter what this guy says. Well, this lawyer on the next one I have for you, he was saying he's afraid the opposite will happen, which would be good actually, as far as I'm concerned, saying that they won't actually fulfill and show prove it, but they proved and showed so many other gruesome, awful things that they'll disregard the rules and just call him guilty, even if he's not. Which, if they say he's afraid of it, I hope that's what happens. If they haven't proved it, I hope the jury still comes back and says he's guilty. But that's the last one. That's what it's about. But it's the opposite of nullifying. I didn't even know that was a thing, but it's a term that they use when the jurors just decide to. They don't care. They just want like a famous person, and usually like with OJ, they didn't care that they proved he was guilty. They wanted him to walk, so they just disregarded and did what they wanted. Honestly, if the government doesn't prove their case, I hope this jury does do that. But
to me, the whole thing feels like a movie. It doesn't even feel like the dude's even. I don't know. How about anybody else?
Exposure.
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, that's true, but it's drip, 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 drip.
Yeah.
You know? Turn it on.
Turn it on. Let's go. Get this over with.
Like we saw with Harvey Weinstein, where there's so much proof of other stuff that Mr. Combs gets convicted because of the other stuff, not because of the actual evidence, which are supposed to line up with the elements.
Yes, Doc.
Too much stuff.
Yeah. If this guy was involved in the stuff that we think he is, that we were showed, he wouldn't be in a. No, because it would be crimes against humanity, right?
It's a wonder they let him get this far.
If it's crimes against humanity, that moves on to a total different court.
Well, that's
a military court.
Their excuse about the minors. You weren't here that night. I totally had a clip. I almost want to send it back to 10, but I'll send it to you if you want. But
just drop it. I'll watch it.
It's just that they're saying that the reason when you do civil is because you don't have enough evidence. Maybe so much time's gone by or whatever. When you want to take something to a big court, you have to have enough. If they don't have the evidence, they can't put it on. That's what they're saying is the reason. If they had enough, they'd have had the minors in there. But I don't know. I mean, maybe that's their excuse, but that's what they say.
Well, so you're saying that out of all those tapes that they ran, all those cameras at his house, when HHS went in and confiscated all that stuff, the computers, the this and that, and we were already told what was going on in that house, with the parties and the drugs, but we were told more that went downstairs where kind of some weird shit happened, I guess, allegedly, right? And where are all those tapes?
I do think they have some of the tapes, and they actually played before the dates we're covering. They did still frame shots. They said the jurors made an audible gasp, like like that's how bad just the still frames. But the reason that they aren't is because of even Cassie didn't want them played.
That was just adults
traumatizing me for everybody to watch. This was used as blackmail against me. I'm in court to testify against this guy that did this horrible thing, and now you want to play the stuff back to me again? So from that perspective, I kind of understand. Because that's what the tapes were used for. Was like, if you do wrong, I'm going to show them. Now it's like, we're going to show them anyway, just because we want to prove how bad this guy is. But
so the way he walks is who's on those tapes, which is probably half of Congress and military,
all of Hollywood.
All of
Hollywood already knows who's all on there. We don't, but they do.
So
they've been buying the tapes.
They're holding. Yeah. So they got blackmail on everybody, and they probably got it on Trump.
I don't think they do. I think they'd use
I
that.
don't think. Well, I don't think. I don't think so either. Okay, because he's gotten through all this crap.
They'd have used it,
and he's clean.
Mm-hmm.
And as we heard before, when he ran for president the first time, supposedly, the military went through his whole records and scrubbed anything that was bad, but there was nothing bad, so they can't get him on anything.
I don't know, man. I think I could believe that lawyer's opinion was that Cassie didn't prove it. I heard Bill Maher did a whole thing about she should have left sooner and all kind of stuff and getting some flack for that.
I don't think so yet either. Well, I'm sorry. One more thing. I don't think so yet either, because all I've seen or heard is pretty much adults.
But let me ask you this.
doing shit behind a closed door.
If there's two charges, right, and one of them smacks trafficking, okay, and the other one is RICO.
Right, Scooby-Doo.
Don't you think that RICO is harder? A bigger.
RICO's harder.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what that lawyer's opinion was. He thinks they're proving that just fine. His struggle is over the. I'm not going to say it because Jorgen's going to laugh at me.
I need
to learn Pig Latin or something like that. But yeah, the last thing I want to do is get her in trouble. Just, certain words are a big deal.
That's just what I see right now. They're trying to prove I don't give a shit what goes on behind the other door with two adults. They can stick fingers up their ass and suck their toes. I don't care.
As long as they're not minors.
There he goes.
Yeah, if they're not minors. Yeah, thanks, Krista. And I forgot you were here.
I'm not.
Is that Canadian still here?
I've got a little opinion on, and it's kind of devil's advocate, I guess. But as far as the girl, she had her music career, and it was all in Diddy's hands. And then she wanted to try to branch out and do her own thing, but he shut her down, and he was powerful enough to do that. And she came back, and a lot of people are giving her flack about it. But I've not really been down that road, but I've been down the road where you've put everything in your life into this music career. And if somebody can just take it away, I don't blame her so much for going back. I mean, it's a situation, but either that or being homeless, I don't know.
That's the thing. That's the point of it all. You cannot leave. You cannot.
They also showed they had a psychologist or whatever explaining in most domestic violence situations, it takes like 7 times of attempting to leave to actually leave. Like if you're not Diddy and you don't have tapes and a music career to hang over someone said, you're just a regular dude that's a jerk that beats your girl. It takes that chick 7 times to get away. So imagine the leverage and how much greater of a deal it was because it was him, not just some average Joe.
Hey, I don't know about you, Craig, but I've taken more than 11, and I'm still here.
Wait, what is 11? 11 what?
11 beatings.
Oh, beatings.
No, she has to blame it on a man beating a woman.
Verbal does not count.
I don't know. He did seem a little tough when he was in that towel.
Well, you know what else too, and I'll just add this to what I said a minute before. The cocaine was probably flooded, and that could be another thing that'll bring you back. You know what I mean? Endless supply. Trust.
That's what Rick James said.
Yeah. and look what's going on all Ukraine and all of Russia. It's all cocaine, man.
Macron was picking up some sort of package of something off of a table with. I think he was meeting with a UK prime minister
in that train, right? They're riding in the train
somewhere. Yeah, they were.
They're going to Zelensky's.
The rugs were a real big part of it too. I did skip. There's so much so I can't just read it all, but there was a part where she talked about they told her to be part of the Breakfast Club, and they pretty much she felt forced to do rugs with them because they were regularly. He had a plate with all these lines and everything, and just like it's your turn, and she's traveling with them, and even though she didn't want to do it, she felt like she had to. But I don't know. That was a big part of it, I think.
kids really got involved in it when like Nickelodeon started, huh? With like Britney Spears.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we're really
Mickey
back
Mouse.
Mickey Mouse
It goes
Club.
back to Mickey Mouse Club. Yeah, that's what I tried to say.
Think about the producer from Nickelodeon. He was on Head of the Class. You remember that show, Head of the Class?
That's right. Yeah.
Robin Givens or whatever. Tyson's first wife. That one was also in
Robin
that.
Givens.
But he turned out to be a schmeck. I don't know what word Cole uses.
Schmeckcracker.
Hold on. Can I have this one little break? Because I really need this.
While I need some weed. You flip the script. That dog 25, I definitely get me a coke.
Okay, can you play Shlamanalama?
Oh yeah, we gotta do Shlamalaba. Wait, I got it.
Why you always lying? Why you always lying? Hubble bubble homo select stop lying.
Dude, Pootie is literally naked in his underwear dancing on his chair when that shit comes on.
Yeah. Saying that's part. It sounds a little dancing at the very beginning. He's got one leg up, just hunching and dancing. It's the visual, man. That guy.
It's funny.
Hey, does Tin have an excellent sun report?
Well, I wouldn't say.
I think you do, because we're all going nutty, and I think it could be the sun involved.
Yeah,
I wouldn't use that
guys.
excuse.
I think there's a lot of stuff going on in there, Tin.
Yeah, we
Like a lot of
we're getting
not
inundated.
good stuff, really. We're not trying to fear porn or nothing, just shit that's happening, right?
Yeah, the shit that's just happening. So, tonight, you guys, will be a spectacular evening for an Aurora event. So,
what does that mean, Aurora event? So is that a good thing or a bad thing? Probably bad, right?
I would think.
Damn it! Did we
Probably
lose?
bad.
It's a bad thing because it's it's broken through our shell.
That's angry. That's really angry.
Yeah, it's a big blunt. Yeah, Tin will explain it, but it's not good.
Wait, did we lose her?
Really not good for Canada.
Yeah.
She'll be right back, I'm sure.
All right, I'm going to do it. Everybody, we got an amazing Aurora hole.
Okay, so that's the actual Aurora Borealis and what states you could see it in. So it looked red in Canada and northeast, northwest, middle could see some green and shit. I've seen it here before.
so what they're projecting is this red line.
This red line going through here, so we can then see it. Okay, guys.
It looks Russian to me. It's red. There's also a little green involved. I don't know what country that is.
Tim's being hacked.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine her being so frustrated at this point?
Oh, I know right now. Yeah.
What color that we see on the screen is going to be? Yeah, here we go.
What in the hell is going
It's
on?
the sun.
The sun.
We're talking about the Aurora Borealis, and take it from here, Tin.
No, but I literally undid my microphone.
Cut. Ready? The Aurora Borealis.
Whoa,
Take it from here,
what's
Tin.
going on with my microphone? Okay, so this red line right here potentially is how far down they're expecting the forecast for tonight's Aurora.
So that doesn't mean that area is going to see red and that area is going to see green, right? Does it?
It's not green or red. Like it's the intense part of it's going to be right here in the red. You're going to see a lot more colors. I mean, there's different various colors of an aurora. You know what I mean?
So that's just showing the intensity of it.
Yeah, and this is forecasting potentially how it is going to come in tonight, and that in these states along this red line and above are all going to should get pretty spectacular views of their.
I love how you called Canada a state, but that's okay.
In the state, that is the 151st state. But
we are in a state.
It has a weird shape
state
to it.
Of madness.
Okay, who the fuck is muting me? Don't do that.
I don't know what's going on.
I almost think that shape, if you turn the world around and looked at the other side of it, it'd probably look about the same as far as how wide it is. Is that correct? Because in the picture, it looks like it kind of comes together in the very top of it, but I bet it's not like that. I bet it's a red band all the way around, you know?
Oh.
Well, so here's the view, from the North Pole.
Thank you.
And this is going to show.
Oh, I was wrong.
See, it's a weird shape.
This was last night, or this when it first came in, and now it's going to come around again.
Ooh.
It's going to be tonight.
Nasty.
Oh my gosh, that's bad, huh?
It's going to nail watch it.
It's just a lot of energy coming in, is what it is.
Ooh, look how it flares up by us.
Are you Are you expecting? Was this as bad as like the Carrington event? Is this that knocked everything out? Can you? I mean, from your research.
It's affecting a lot of the grids right now. So we'll go over and we'll. Oops. Here.
My computer.
Deabsorption. No, the geoelectric field. So as all this energy and protons are coming in, this is how it's hitting the United States and Upper Canada. So it's getting slammed. And what this does is it weakens our grids, and that's what they've been worried about.
Our power grids.
Yeah. So right now, because of this anomaly, with this geomagnetic activity, North American power grids are reporting weak. They're getting hit.
Stupid question. Why can't we harvest it and use it as instead of electricity?
Yeah, energy. Free energy.
Maybe
Tesla was onto something.
I don't know. So let me show you the K index. This is the energy, how it comes in and hits. And we were up here at a KP8 quite a few hours back. And we've been, this is a big.
What's the biggest KP?
9.
And then there's nothing after 9.
No. So I don't know what they're going to do after this, because with this solar cycle, just no.
Oh no, they got her again. Yeah, so there's nothing after 9. So is that when they're going to start going 9A, 9B?
Was that a big K bar?
Big K bar.
All right, wait, this is another thing.
No,
I don't even think she knows she's gone. She's doing the report right now.
Right now.
Now she's back.
She's back.
Who is messing with my mic? If you see my mic muting, they're unmute.
Wait, no, you disappear. It's like you disappear. I think you're under a solar attack of some sort. Computer whiz.
You're being ghosted.
Oh shit! You're way up north, right there.
You're right there.
I don't know, but Craig, watch my mic if it mutes.
No, you just disappear. That's what happens. So it's like a computer. Something going on with your connection. What? They're trying to silence you, Tin. They're shadow banning us. Folks, please tell your friends to join us before it's too late.
Oh, great.
Oh, no. So you got to back up because we didn't hear what you were saying.
Okay, so we haven't had a lot of energy. We had an M come in within the last few hours, about 8 hours or whatever. But it was those M classes that everybody was talking about. They're going to hit us.
Yeah, when did those go off? Do you know?
Well, those went off like on the 1st, the 30th. No, the 31st.
31st.
You're going to see it right here. Boom.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah. And when it came off flying like, whoa. It was way up here. Way up here, guys. Right. So we'll play it again, and you can see it blew off. And potentially here,
well, actually the first, we're supposed to be in it right now. And we're going to be in this until, shit, it looks like what they're saying, until the 4th. And if anything else comes in, that's not going to help you guys, because we've had so much energy popping off. And with all of the earthquakes, Mary Green just reported there was like, what would she say, that there was like 5 6-pointers or something?
That's a lot.
Yeah, I got a little clip it from her, because see, what I'm leading up to, you guys, it's more than just what's coming in from the sun. And there's the experts are trying to say, oh yeah, well, I think we're correlating it, but we're not so sure with the sun. We already did that, Dutch sun.
Tin is an expert.
Yeah, we already did that a few years back. We already know that's going to happen. Okay, so the earthquakes are coming in. This one
let it happen, girl.
It's hitting Japan. This is Mary Greeley. I want to give her full credit.
That's going on. Well, we just had another magnitude 6.0 earthquake. This will make the 5th one within the last 24 hours off the coast of Japan. No one said they felt this earthquake. 65 kilometers southeast of Hiru, Japan, 16.8 miles in depth, and this was, in fact, a thrust earthquake. There's no tsunami warning. Hiru, Japan, located in Hokkaido, is situated in a seismically active region due to its position along the convergent boundary between the Pacific Plate and the Okhotsk Plate.
Yeah.
It's part of the North American Plate, which is real interesting. This area is influenced by the complex tectonics of the Japan Trench, which is drawn out in red here. This is where the Pacific Plate subducts beneath the Okhotsk Plate,
on the
leading
other
to
side
frequent earthquakes. The Okhotsk Plate, which they consider a microplate, was formerly part of the North American Plate. The subduction causing the bending, the downgoing plate of the Pacific Plate created this deep trench. Yeah, the solar flare that lasted for about 3 hours, and then there was, I believe, 3 smaller flares that came in back to back. It's supposed to last for a couple days, so we're going to continue to see earthquakes as long as we don't get them along the San Andreas or the Cascadia subduction zone.
What if they're blowing up tunnels?
I don't know, but they actually have realized that there's another plate on the other side of the Pacific next to Japan, and it's having the same kind of thing that we're having on the West Coast with our plate. And you got all this sun coming in, all this energy coming in from the sun that's insane. Well, it's not just that we got to worry about now, too. Because of all this energy coming in, you guys, there's been an alert put out on Mount Rainier. And that personally affects me up here in Washington. Like my dad always said, oh, you don't have to worry. That's a sleeping giant. Well, that sleeping giant is about ready to possibly do something. And it's all connected with Mount St. Helens, Mount Hood, and then even the Three Sisters volcanoes. And if we have all these types of natural things happen and occur and these volcanoes go off, this could be detrimental to us, as a species, because there ain't going to be a summer. There'll be, that year without a summer that happened in the 1700s. So here's a little bit on what's going on with Mount Rainier.
Which scientists continually monitor for activity.
Yellowstone National Park.
Steamboat Geyser, the world's tallest active geyser, just erupted again. Now, this is what it looked like when the geyser erupted in 2014, which was the most recent eruption. No Activity for 3.5 years, but that has changed. Yesterday's eruption.
What if I told you the most dangerous volcano in America isn't Yellowstone, but a snow-capped giant quietly waking up near Seattle? In April 2025, something terrifying began deep beneath Mount Rainier.
One of the main hazards at Rainier, it's less explosive, but it has a lot of glaciers on top of it.
First came the quakes, then the heat, then the signal. It started as a pulse, a low rhythmic vibration with no source, echoing across the entire West Coast. Scientists were baffled. Seismic networks lit up. Satellite data showed the mountain's southern flank rising. Gas levels spiked. Emergency phones rang in the dead of night. And finally, the USGS issued a red alert. What's really happening under Mount Rainier? Could this trigger the next mega eruption? Or even worse, a volcanic chain reaction from Washington to California? In this video, we uncover the shocking discoveries geologists are making in real time, explore the growing fear of a hidden magma dome.
Less than 70 miles from Seattle is Mount Rainier.
It's totally at a state of background activity.
And reveal how this could be the most dangerous seismic warning the U.S. has faced in decades. Mount Rainier, the sleeping giant awakens. What if the mountain that defines Seattle's skyline is hiding a deadly secret, one that could rewrite history?
Oh, dang it, we lost her again. They're censoring us. Hey, Jay. Jay, were you just looking at Ron Jeremy?
No, my cool just turned on, man. It made a funky noise, but I just fixed it, so I want to make sure everything's all right.
Okay, sorry guys. They really don't want me to show you this weird shit. Let's see if I can get it finished here for you guys. Please load.
At 14,410 feet, Mount Rainier is more than just breathtaking scenery. It's a glacier-wrapped supervolcano sitting on a hair trigger, just 60 miles from over 4 million residents. It hides a volatile network of magma tunnels and seismic fractures capable of unleashing one of the worst natural disasters in American history. In April 2025, the whispers of danger became a scream. A swarm of deep earthquakes rattled the southern flank. First tens, then hundreds, each one a warning shot. Then came the low-frequency rumbles, tremors typically caused by magma forcing its way upward. Thermal satellites picked up hotspots glowing beneath the summit. Gas detectors lit up with dangerous spikes in sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide. But most chilling, the mountain's southern side was physically rising. Could this be harmless venting, or a fuse being lit beneath America's most underestimated threat? Glaciers began melting faster than ever. Crystal clear streams turned cloudy and sour smelling. Deep down, the earth was moving, pressurizing like a ticking bomb. Mount Rainier wasn't just shifting, it was waking up. And the question gripping every scientist, every emergency planner, every family in the valley below is this: are we witnessing the first signs of a mega eruption? Or is this the calm before the real storm? A strange signal no one can explain. In the middle of all the seismic data, gas readings, and thermal maps, one signal stood out: a deep, rhythmic vibration picked up by multiple seismic stations stretching from Mount Rainier to Northern California. The wave had no clear epicenter. It wasn't tied to any quake, explosion, or aftershock, and yet it pulsed. Researchers dubbed it the echo. It repeats every 11 hours, travels too slowly for a typical quake, and appears to originate from deep beneath the Earth's crust. Some speculate it's a harmonic tremor unlike anything previously recorded. Others think it might be a resonance caused by the shifting of the mantle itself. The frequency is low, below the threshold of human hearing, and the waveform is eerily consistent, as if the Earth itself is breathing through stone. Attempts to triangulate the origin of the echo have produced strange results. Some data suggests it's centered beneath Mount Rainier. Others point farther south, near the Gorda Ridge off the Oregon coast, an area known for unusual plate movements and seafloor spreading. There's even speculation that the signal isn't coming from one point at all, but is being reflected, amplified through a mysterious subterranean structure, possibly a magma reservoir, unlike any we've mapped before. And then,
reservoir.
Every 11 hours, not 10.8, not 11.2, exactly 11. What natural process on Earth could operate with such uncanny precision? Tidal forces, planetary resonance, or is it a geological clock ticking down to something we can't yet predict? Theories grow more bizarre with each passing day. Some researchers wonder if we're detecting the rise and fall of a massive superheated gas bubble trapped miles below. Others believe it could be the vibration of a colossal, unstable fault interface under mounting pressure. A few even raise the possibility that we're witnessing a resonance effect tied to the Earth's core dynamics, an interaction between deep mantle plumes and lithospheric stress field. But here's the unsettling part. Similar signals were once recorded before the 2011 eruption of Nabro volcano in Eritrea and dismissed until it was too late. There, too, a rhythmic tremor was dismissed as noise until magma breached the surface and ash darkened the skies. Is the echo a precursor to something vast and unprecedented? Could it be the Earth's warning, spoken in frequencies we're only just beginning to understand? And if we are finally listening, what happens when the signal stops? Shockwaves along the west coast. The Rainier quake swarm didn't stay confined. Within days, sensors across Oregon and Northern California began registering tremors. Mount Hood rumbled with subtle quakes. Mount Shasta trembled with newfound seismic unrest. And even long-dormant Mount Lassen began to show signs of awakening. What was once a contained disturbance had transformed into a multi-state event. But the most alarming signals came from farther south. Seismic arrays near the southern San Andreas Fault began picking up harmonic tremors, distinct, low-frequency vibrations often linked to underground fluid migration or the pressurization of magma chambers. These weren't just random jitters. They bore the spectral signature of subterranean movement on a grand scale. Could the unrest at Rainier be propagating through the West Coast's fault lines like a chain reaction? Was it disturbing the equilibrium of the entire Cascadia subduction zone? These were no longer fringe questions. These were urgent possibilities raised in emergency meetings by top geophysicists. Some experts believe that Rainier's activity could act as a stress trigger, nudging other segments of the tectonic puzzle closer to rupture. The Cascadia zone, which stretches from Northern California to British Columbia, is already under immense geological strain. One push, one tremor too many, could theoretically tip the balance. Could it happen today, tomorrow, or is this simply foreshadowing the next big one?
So the point of this is basically with all the energy that's coming in, and the scientists are still learning, but we see what's happening with the sun. Now we got these earthquakes, and then now we've got volcanoes waking up, and it's all a cycle, obviously, of the earth. But it's kind of a scary thought. I didn't even know that Rainier was waking up. Okay, guys.
How far are you from that, Ken?
I'm probably about 2 hours, but as far as the wind blows, if there was to be an eruption, depending on how fast the wind was blowing, like when Helen's went off, it was farther south, and Eastern Washington got dumped on by the ash.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Tootie, we're not all gonna die.
I know, Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Try to be optimistic, will you?
You're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So anyhow, yeah, we're supposed to be in this geomagnetic storm here for quite a few days, and as the KP goes up, when I was showing you those bars, the things that we need to keep in consideration is that these things don't just affect the earth or earthquakes or volcanoes. It actually affects us. And so I'm going to bring up that little model here to remind you guys that when we're having these geomagnetic storms or solar, when there's solar flares and stuff, that these are all the different things that can affect people. Your heart rate, there's uptick of heart attacks and strokes, acute coronary syndrome, blood pressure increases, sometimes seizures, the risk of those go up, and migraines, anxiety, stress. There's more accidents. People just, here's the little graph right here. You guys can take a screenshot of it. And I've showed you this to you before. But how this energy's, how it's all going to get dispersed and what's going to happen, I don't know. But boy, oh boy, a lot of things are happening all of a sudden. And those are some big damn earthquakes.
Yeah, 6s, right?
6s, yeah. And that's, and Mary Greeley says there's quite a few. And how many? Like 24 hours? So who knows?
Health, Wealth, and Hope says that's why we need to wake up our stem cells as we age. How do we wake up our stem cells as we age?
Yeah, I need to. Give us a trick.
Explain. Elaborate.
Do tell.
It's a lot. Well, anyhow, you guys.
Autophagy.
Tonight was a long show, so thanks everybody for coming, and just stay.
Okay, that was cool.
Stay, positive. That's all I can tell you. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, if it's not the sun taking our grid out, Pootie might drop something. I mean, who knows?
We should be good, though. Not you, Pootie. We're talking about the madman across the...
No, Pootie may drop something, too.
Hey, but before we go...
Go over into TinTV on Telegram.
Before we go, let's do a little prayer.
Hold on a minute. I got a show and tell, dang it.
Good. Let's do that. Heck yes.
It's not over till it's over, baby.
Whoa.
Baby, thank goodness.
I forgot you were there, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm easily forgettable.
I thought you were loitering.
I'm going to try to do this, but I'm feeling kind of lousy because the solar borealis is I've been
penetrating you.
Terrible. It's making me swollen, ladies. So I got a story and a show and tell that ties into the story.
Ooh, nice.
So let me tell you a little story about a man named Craig. The poor harbor master barely kept his family fed.
He's right about that.
No, the story is, I just came up with that. You see what I did?
That was beautiful.
Easter Sunday, 1968. I'm 8 years old, and that awkward age where all your school pictures look like, that age. Easter Sunday, we're going to my grandma's house, 1968, and she lives kind of up in the country, and I had a seersucker suit on. I never forget. I love that seersucker suit. I love it. Right? So we all get out of the car, and I'm the youngest. I got 2 sisters and a brother, and there he is. You tell the story. Anyway, so we all get out of the car, and I'm the smallest one there. And this dog, the neighbors had a blue tick hound, great big old dog, comes running up, knocks me down in my grandma's yard, and starts getting frisky with me, if you know what I mean. He's like, and here I am in my seersucker suit, embarrassed to all hell, trying to fight off the hamina. The dog was bigger than me, and what did my family do? They stood around me and laughed like hell. It was the funniest shit they'd ever seen. They're like, even my grandma came out and was laughing and shit. So anyway, that happened, and that sucked and everything. But that same day, my mother, before we went up there, she gave me this. and it's a children's Bible. It's super cool. It's actually really got me into it. And what's good is, I mean, it's for an 8-year-old. You can read it. It's all illustrated. You know, it's super freaking cool.
That's
and my
gorgeous.
daughter, oh God, this first page, as you could, this page you could see is missing. And on this page, my mother had written, you know, to me, Easter Sunday, 1968, yada, yada, yada. And my 3-year-old daughter, about 20 years ago, ripped that one page out. And I was I was mad, but she's 3, you know. But the rest of it is intact. The one that used to freak me out when I was a kid was this one, The Temptation in the Wilderness.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this thing is wonderful, man. I mean, it's really, you know, I look through it now sometimes, and it's super cool. And there you have it. That's my show and tell.
Wow, that's awesome, York.
And I know that story. I've heard it before on another stream. The dog story.
Oh, JoJo the dog. Yeah, man, I hated that dog.
Might have been camos or something. I was dying the first time, but I already heard it.
It's terrible, man. It was a horrible experience.
Seal sucker suit.
And then the whole way home, you know, we had to drive 70 miles home. My brothers and sisters were ragging on me and hooting on me about, you know, what happened with the dog and everything. It was terrible. My seersucker suit was ruined.
What happened with the dog and everything?
I love how he ties the dog story in with the same day he got that Bible.
It was the same day. It was the same damn day, man.
That's very cool.
Yep. 2 things I'll never forget.
Yes.
Craig enjoys it every day with his dog.
Yep. Hey, by the way, folks, please remember to hit that like button. Yes, Prudy?
I'm going to have to look up. We'll get my grandkids one of them Bibles. I never thought about that.
That's a great idea. That's what we all got to do. I need to share more. I need to be better.
Yeah.
This prayer is for me and all of us. Heavenly Father, we pray to you in Jesus' mighty, mighty name. We thank you so much, Lord, for caring for us, watching over us, capturing us. But, Lord, keep us protected during this time. Everybody up on here on panel is going through their different things. We pray for all of us and the struggles that we have ahead. Pray for Hit Gal, who's not here tonight, but we pray for her, Lord, and the things she's dealing with, too, as well. So, and, Lord, we know people in chat are dealing with a lot right now. Everyone's on edge. Just help us to fight the anger and all these feelings that are coming over us lately. And let us be true followers of you, Lord. In Jesus' mighty, mighty name we pray. Amen.
Amen, Craig. Good.
Amen.
That was good, Craig.
I need to be better, man.
I needed that,
cussing.
man. No,
I've
that was
been
good.
bad. I've been
That
bad.
was good.
I've been yelling road rage. Not, you know, but I yell at people.
You better ask for forgiveness.
That's what I do.
Who?
Craig.
Oh yeah, you're right. I do need to ask for forgiveness. You're right about that.
I ask for forgiveness every night before going to bed.
Oh, yeah. Every day.
Well, thank you everyone for coming. We hope to see you Tuesday. And this episode, as every episode, is dedicated to Shift Kicker. We still miss you. See you Tuesday, everybody.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left, 'cause I've been